The Cellcast is recorded in front of a live streaming audience.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Cellcast. Joining me today is a man who, well, he just wanted to go row a boat. Welcome, Jacob.
Row, row, row your boat.
Row, row.
Wait,
You messed it up!
I mean, like we're not in Star Trek 5.
It didn't originate in Star Trek 5. It's old as time.
I know. Why? Thank you. Welcome to Studio A2, where we are.
Bear in mind, A1 and B1, neither one of us can get in anymore.
No, we can't get them anymore. This is my new apartment with my lovely wife, and we are over here because Drew is currently in transition.
And I don't have internet yet.
No internet, sad face. But yeah, so thank you so much. And when we thank our co-host, a man who thinks he's seen something, becomes friends with something, and realizes it's something else. Welcome, Drew.
It's all wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Yeah.
I have questions.
Yes, a lot of questions.
Most of my questions have nothing to do with what's actually going on in the story.
Yes.
But I have questions about mechanics. But we'll get to there when we get there.
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there.
So yes, tonight we are beginning our final month of Studio Ghibli month.
Sad.
Now granted, there is a couple of things that are technically connected we may have to bring in later.
Yeah.
But they will not be a November specific thing, I think, going forward.
Yeah, so I believe, like, if they're going to release another Studio Ghibli movie eventually.
More than likely.
Yeah, so we'll cover that when it comes out.
So, for your heads up, tonight we are doing When Marnie Was There.
Yeah.
Next week, we are doing Earwig and the Witch, the only 3D Studio Ghibli film.
That's right.
And then we will end it with Jacob's movie, The Boy and the Heron. Yeah, that joke's never getting old.
No, it's not.
But then it does technically leave out something called The Red Turtle, which is only partly done by Studio Ghibli.
Okay.
It's a kind of
collab.
It's a collaboration with like a French animation studio.
Oh yeah, I saw about that.
And it's released through Sony Pictures Classics. I do own it, but I'm not considering a part of it since this is a part of the part of the Studio Ghibli month offerings.
Okay.
Because, well, we're focusing. I think the way I saw it, we're focusing primarily on what they did. Now I say that knowing full well we started Studio Ghibli month way back in 2019 with a TMS film. But it was Miyazaki. Because it was always originally Miyazaki and Ghibli month.
Yes.
But there's also one that will come up that's from the same director of tonight's film, but after he went on to work with another company called Mary and the Witch's Flower, we will probably cover at some point.
Right.
And there's probably a couple others I'm forgetting. Definitely a lot of short films and a TV series, believe it or not, called Sherlock Hound.
Oh, I think I heard of that.
Yeah. And it's a Miyazaki joint.
Oh, okay.
So tonight, though, we're looking at the third to so far final Studio Ghibli film, When Marnie Was There.
Yes.
Which, like I said earlier, I knew nothing about before I watched it.
Same.
So why don't we go ahead and jump into the spoiler-free section?
Yes.
Certified fresh and spoiler-free.
So yeah, this is my first viewing of this film. Like I said, I knew nothing about it. I had a little trepidation about, a couple minutes into the film when I realized that our main character was actually a girl. Because when I saw the character, I didn't realize, on the cover of the movie,
right?
The character's drawn very masculine, which I will go and tell you, the character's name is Anna, but I didn't know that when I was looking at the cover. So I was going into this thinking this was going to be a love story. And then I find out it's a girl. You can understand where some trepidation could come from.
Fair.
Some confusion.
Yes.
We'll say.
I totally get it. I'm first watching the movie, and it's just like, wait, is this a guy? And it's like, okay, it's a girl.
It's hard to tell.
At one point.
I don't know if they were intending that sort of messaging. Part of me thinks
I don't believe so.
Because that's not really what this movie is about.
No.
So if that is a concern of yours, bear in mind this is not that. This why I would call this a love story, but it's not that kind of love story.
It's not.
I would say that. And honestly, if you are interested in the film, even in the slightest, I suggest going and watching it because it's actually really good.
It's a good film.
I've got some issues with exactly what's going on, but we'll get to that point because I think even me worried,
time paradox.
Even me worried about what's exactly going on is
bubble?
secondary to why it happened.
Okay.
I'll put it that way. But I did enjoy this one. I do suggest it. I don't think kids would enjoy it because it's kind of, kids could watch it and probably enjoy it, I think. Yeah. But it's a little more
heavy.
To me, it's a little more grown up kind of a film. I'm not going to say adult because that is a connotation that doesn't fit this.
Right.
But it's definitely more of a grown up film.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts?
My thoughts, this was the first time I had seen this film and the first time I ever heard of this film up to, okay, this is on the docket.
Fun fact, this movie came out the same year I moved to Jacksonville.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So, again, I have no presupposition for this movie whatsoever. And I go to HBO Max and find it. And it's like, okay, how do you spell this name? And so, okay, found it. And as I started playing, it's like, oh, okay, this is definitely a Ghibli film. And it has a different feel to it as a film. I really enjoyed it. It has a lot of nice little twists and turns, big mysteries behind it, and a big, nice reveal. And I was like, oh, okay, that's been going on the entire time.
Which actually explains a lot of what's going on.
It does. It does. And for me, personally, I had more of about the end of the set, about 2/3 away through the film, I'm like, wait a minute. I think I know what's going on. I don't have exact evidence to what's going on, but I think I could pinpoint what exactly is going on because they start sprinkling these clues throughout this entire film.
Yeah.
Because again, I've been doing this for almost 7 years, and you start picking up on clues really, really fast about films, and so I'm kind of become in your shoes in a lot of ways when it comes to films now.
Right. Well, we do tend to rub off on people when you start doing this stuff for a while. You end up rubbing off on other people.
That is true. At least he's not barking.
I'm kidding. I'm so kidding.
Oh my gosh, that'd be hysterical. But
I'm glad I don't have Tourette's.
Yeah, I don't think that rubs off on people.
Thankfully.
But I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I love the mystery. I love the how they're trying to weave this story and giving you little breadcrumbs and the painter and all of this, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? What is the mystery? What is the heart of this story? And by the end of it, I'm like, oh, wow.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
Wow. And I was sitting there and I was like, I had a little bit of tear build up on my, just misty eyed, whatever. But I thoroughly enjoyed this movie from beginning to end. Would highly recommend it. Yeah, it's a little bit of a slower burn movie. It's not going to hold a little kid's interest that long. But if you have more like a preteen or a teenager that would enjoy something like a mystery kind of show, this is the kind of movie for you. And definitely for an adult who enjoys Ghibli and enjoys a good mystery. Yes. This movie is right up your alley.
Exactly. So why don't we go ahead and jump into the spoiler-filled section of our review of When Marnie Was There.
Yes.
The following is a spoiler-filled review for the film When Marnie Was There. Listener discretion is advised. When Marnie Was There was written and directed by Hiromasa Yonebayashi who also directed The Secret World of Arrietty.
Oh, okay. Another good one.
Yes, that we did last year.
Yeah, go back in the archives and find that one.
It was also written by Keiko Niwa and Masahi Ando.
Okay.
And is based on the novel by Joan G. Robinson.
I was this close on Monday to downloading and listening to it, but I didn't get a chance to.
Fair enough. I can tell you the primary difference between the two stories, not that I've read the book either, is that the original, I think, is based somewhere in Europe. I can't remember where.
I think so. I think you're
so
right.
they just kind of took that wholesale, plopped it in Japan.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yes.
Getting into the cast, Anna, and yes, it is pronounced Anna, not Anna. There's the oldest meme in the podcast.
Yes.
Anna was played by Haley Steinfeld, and she played Maddie Ross in the 2010 version of True Grit.
Oh, okay. That's a movie I have not seen yet.
You should watch both.
I've seen the original, obviously, but the new one, not yet.
Fair enough. Marnie was played by Kiernan Shipka, and she played a character named Grilla in Red 1. I think that was a polar bear. I could be wrong.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Red 1 is a Christmas movie. I saw it, I think, either
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, and I saw it either last year or year before last.
Yeah.
I don't remember which. But anyway.
Yeah, it came out last year.
Yeah. Setsu Oiwa was played by Gray Dalal. This was the aunt that was at the house she went to.
Yes.
I say aunt. I actually don't remember what the relation is, other than adopted.
Yeah, adopted aunt.
Adopted aunt, basically. Yeah. Anyway, she was Azula in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Kyo Amasa Oiwa was played by John C. Reilly.
That's what I thought.
And he was Ralph in Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It.
You knew that was the one I was going to use there.
Oh, yeah.
Hisako was played by Vanessa Williams. And she played Wilhelmina Slater. I can't read, apparently. Wilhelmina Slater in the television series Ugly Betty.
Oh, okay.
Yoriko, the auntie,
Yes.
but it's actually her adopted mother,
Yes.
was played by Gina Davis, and she was Thelma in Thelma and Louise.
Yes. I didn't realize that was... I did not realize that. Okay.
And Sayaka, the little girl with the glasses,
Yeah,
that ends up living in Marnie's house.
Yeah, the Marsh House.
Yeah. She was played by Ava Akers.
Okay.
And in the movie Only Yesterday, she played Toko.
Okay.
I think that was the little version of the main character in that movie. But that was a couple years ago as well that we reviewed that.
So yeah, go find that one too.
Kingdom Hearts connections. How many do you think we have?
I would think...
And y'all can guess at home too if you would
exactly.
like.
I guess probably 3.
Just giving people in the chat time to guess. Artsy Stuff says 0, basically. She said goose egg.
Goose egg.
I'm going to call it in 3, 2, 1. Y'all both guessed a little too low. The answer was actually 5.
5?
There is 5. And even though this is technically an anime and should be subject to also including the Japanese cast...
True.
Does not include the Japanese cast.
Wow.
It's only in the English cast.
Wow.
So, Jessica Jessica DeSico. I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing your name, ma'am. I apologize. But anyway, she played Nobuko's friend. You know, we didn't talk about Nobuko in this because she's not that big a character. Other than she's kind of the town bully. Where they go, kind of, sort of. Well, one of her friends was played by her, and in Kingdom Hearts, she played the character Olette, which was one of the people you run into in the Kingdom Hearts 2.
I got you.
Vincent Oswald played a party guest in Marnie.
Okay.
And he was Tidus in Kingdom Hearts. Except he was a little young for that.
Yeah.
Carrie Walgren played Marnie's mom.
Okay.
And she played the Grid in Kingdom Hearts from Tron Legacy.
Okay.
Fred Tatasciore was Tochi and an old party guest in here, and he played Kevin Flynn and Clue in Kingdom Hearts. And lastly, Laura Bailey played Nobuko's other friend in this. And then in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, she's Lucina.
Super Smash.
One day I will explain exactly why Super Smash Bros. Is considered a Kingdom Hearts game for this list.
Because Sora is in it.
I'm saying it's a lot more interesting story than that.
I gotcha.
But we'll get there when we get there. What do we got in info and stuff?
So info and stuff. IMDb has a 7.6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes has a 98%, and its audience score was an 88. Watch it. If you want to watch it, it's on HBO Max if you subscribe to HBO Max. Physical media, you can buy it for a Blu-ray DVD combo pack for $15.66 on Amazon Prime. Let's see. Production, obviously, was Studio Ghibli. It was distributed through Toho. And I think I don't remember what the U.S. release was.
The U.S. release, I can tell you, at least my copy is Shout Factory.
Shout Factory. Okay.
Through G-Kids.
Okay. All right. Its runtime is 103 minutes. Its rating is a PG, far as I understand. Its release date, originally in Japan, was July 18th, 2014. It made its first debut here in the United States on February 27th, 2015, at the New York International Children's Film Festival. It officially released here in the United States and Canada on May 22nd, 2015. So going into the box office. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, because I couldn't find it. That's right. Let's see. I'll find that in a second. When Marnie was there, opened at third place. Again, this is Japan, grossing 379 million yen during its opening weekend in Japan. By its fourth weekend, it had earned 2.8 million yen, making an additional 930 million yen in its next two weekends. And and had a total of 3.3 billion yen by its eighth weekend. By the end of 2014, the film had grossed $3.56 billion, or if we were to roughly estimate that, that'd be $33.3 million in Japan. United States, it did a little bit more. I don't have that information right now in front of me, but I'll get it when we shift over to something else. Let's see. Home release in Japan, it was released on Blu-ray and sold approximately 15,224 units as of December 2015. And DVD releases, yes, those were separate, sold 28,560 units as of July 2017, for a combined total of at least 43,784 physical home video releases sold in Japan. In the United States, the film grossed 473,150 for Blu-ray and DVD sales. So I started realizing like some of these movies actually do get awards or accolades. So I'm putting in accolade. That's the word, accolade. It won Best Animated Feature at the Chicago International Children's Film Festival in 2015. So that is all I have for info and stuff.
Getting into the summary. Anna Sasaki is a 12-year-old girl with low self-esteem living in Sapporo with her foster parents, Yoriko and her husband. One day, Anna suffers an asthma attack at school. At the doctor's recommendation to send Anna to a place where the air is clean, Yoriko decides to have her spend summer break with Yoriko's relatives, Setsu and Kiyomasa Oiwa, who live in a rural seaside town located between Kushiro and Nemuro. Anna investigates an abandoned mansion there across a salt marsh. She recognizes it, but the tide ensnares her and keeps her there until Toichi and an elderly fisherman finds her. Anna sees a blonde-haired girl in the mansion. On the night of the Tanabata festival, she meets the girl, Marnie. The two agree to keep their meetings secret. Marnie invites Anna to a party at the mansion where she sees Marnie dancing with a boy named Kazuhiko. Anna sketches Marnie while there. Anna meets Hisako, an older woman who paints. Hisako comments that Anna's sketches look like Marnie, whom she knew when she was young. A family moves into the mansion. During the move-in, Anna meets a girl named Sayaka, who gives her Marnie's diary that had been hidden in a drawer. Anna tells Marnie she found documents showing her foster parents are paid to care for her. She assumes that they only pretend to love her for the money and says she can't forgive her biological family for leaving her behind and dying. Marnie shares how her parents are always traveling abroad and how she is left behind with her cruel nanny. The maids bully her and threaten to lock her in the silo near the mansion. Anna leads Marnie to the silo to confront the latter's fear of it. Marnie conquers her fear, but begins referring to Anna as Kazuhiko. As the storm hits, Anna dreams of Marnie leaving and wakes up to discover her gone. Sayaka finds the missing pages from Marnie's diary, which includes passages about Kazuhiko and the silo. She and her brothers find Anna unconscious with a high fever. They bring her back to the Oiwas, where Anna confronts Marnie, intending not to forgive her for leaving her in the silo. Marnie says she is sorry for leaving her and she can't see Anna anymore. Before they part, Anna tells Marnie that she loves her and forgives her. When Anna recovers, Hisako reveals Marnie's story. Marnie married Kazuhiko and had a daughter named Emily. Kazuhiko died from a sudden illness, and Marnie committed herself to a sanatorium to cope with her loss. With no other family to care for her, Emily was sent to a boarding school. Marnie recovered, but as a preteen, Emily was resentful for her mother abandoning her. In her adulthood, Emily ran away from home and had a daughter herself, but she and her husband were killed in a car accident. Marnie raised her granddaughter, who was placed in foster care after her death. At the end of the summer, Yoriko arrives to take Anna home and is delighted to see Anna with her new friends, Hisako, Toichi, and Sayaka. She gives Anna a photograph of the mansion and says it belonged to Anna's grandmother. When Anna sees Marnie's name written on the back, she realizes that she is Emily's daughter and Marnie's granddaughter, and knew so much of Marnie's story because she had heard it as a child. This revelation brings closure to her identity. Yoriko tells Anna about the government payments, but reassures her they have always loved her. For the first time, Anna calls Yoriko her mother. Anna says goodbye to her new friends and promises to visit again next summer before seeing Marnie at the mansion window, waving goodbye to her. Getting into the trivia for this, the theme song of this movie, Fine on the Outside, was written by Priscilla Ahn in 2005. She never released the song, however, because it felt too personal. After the film was announced, she read the book the film is based on and strongly identified with the lead character, Anna. She decided to submit the song, which was chosen by producer Yoshiaki Nishimura and Studio Ghibli as the theme song for the film. This is Studio Ghibli's final film before taking their longest break from filmmaking. The character of Shita from Castle in the Sky actually makes an appearance behind Anna and Nobuko during the light party.
Oh, okay.
And lastly, there are two subtle clues to understanding Marnie and Anna's relationship. One, they happen to both share blue eyes.
They do.
And secondly, young Anna has a doll that resembles Marnie.
Yeah, exactly.
And that
was one of the biggest clues I saw, and I was like, wait, that doll looks a whole lot like Marnie.
Oh, yeah.
And like they both have blue eyes and be like, okay, what's going on?
So, yeah, we do need to go ahead and talk about our first likes for this film.
All right, so before we get into that, I wanted to make a correction I said earlier when I was doing with info and stuff. I would go back to box office. Mm-hmm. So let's see. This is for the U.S. and Canada when it was released in 2015. It's opening weekend for the United States and our northern neighbor in Canada. It earned for its first weekend was $27,388,000. Mm-hmm. Its gross for here in the United States and Canada was $561,000 and a bunch of change. Its gross internationally was $35 million international. Mm-hmm. So the movie didn't necessarily do very well, but it's still a great film.
Yeah. Admittedly, this is one of the ones that came out after Disney was doing promotions for Studio Ghibli films.
Yes.
So it does fall into that weird, people know about it, but it's, and I mean, no offense to G Kids or Shout Factory, it hadn't really come back.
No, it
to
hadn't.
being a thing, because this is before G Kids was doing those Studio Ghibli fests every year in through Fathom events.
Yeah.
So it really is until you get to The Boy and the Heron that I remember people actually talking about going to see a Studio Ghibli film again in theaters.
Okay. So if I remember correctly, when we so when we are reviewing The Boy and the Heron, like, isn't that coming back to theaters around that time? Or am I wrong?
Go ahead and give us your first dislike, and I will look that up.
Okay, so my first dislike. Wow, okay.
The first like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, so my first, like, again, like with any Studio Ghibli film, it's brilliantly animated. It's gorgeous. It's luscious. It's just like, oh my gosh, can we just get a painting of this? Be like, give me a print. Let me put it on the back wall of a studio and just like, so good. Animation wise, I love how they focus on detail of the character movements. That was one of the things a lot of people pointed out a lot. I really enjoyed that, where you have definitely like Marnie and Anna, like how they're moving and everything. That's very fluid. It's probably around like 2.5. Mm-hmm. Like how accurate the movement is. It's very fluid, very solid. And I thoroughly enjoyed it, especially when you get into more like the elemental stuff. Mm-hmm. You get with the wind and the rain and the storm, about like when Anna's coming back from the silo and the wind's picking up and the rain's going, and as she's running, she's crying because she can't find Marnie. And it's that kind of a gut punch. And it's like you feel so bad for her because her best friend has disappeared and she doesn't know where she's at. And so be like there's a lot of emotional like animation throughout this entire film. It's amazing. And it's be like, again, any Studio Ghibli film, be like you're going to have amazing animation in any fashion or form. So yes, animation by far is my number one. Like, I absolutely love the animation in this movie.
So to answer your question, from November 15th to November 19th, The Boy and the Heron will be closest to us at Studio Movie Grill.
Oh, okay.
I am out of town the 15th and the 16th.
That is fair.
I am not saying we could not if things work out.
Yeah.
Not a reaction episode, but that would be an interesting way to actually watch it.
Watch the film. Yeah.
Even though I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could talk about that off stream.
Right. Another point.
In the next 2 weeks.
Yes.
But, yeah.
So what is your first like, not dislike?
My first like for this film, it kind of comes off of what you were saying, but every single frame of this looks like it could have been a painting.
Oh, yeah, you're not kidding. Oh,
there's not a spot, I think,
animation.
There's not a spot in this where it feels like there was a cheat or anything.
No.
And it really does feel like, or there's not like a waste. I wouldn't say a wasted shot, but there's not a shot where it feels like, oh, we had to do this because obviously the movement had to go from here to here. They made a good job of it always feeling like we were looking at a new, almost a fresh painting. That's the best way I know how to put it. So yeah, the artwork in this, like with all Studio Ghibli films we've watched so far, even the ones we've not liked as much.
Oh, okay.
It's a beautifully animated, beautifully drawn film.
Yes, agreed. Completely agreed.
What's your second like?
My second like would be the mystery of the film, because you open up with a girl who obviously has some depression issues, and that hits you because when I was a kid, I was very quiet. I wasn't shy, but I was very quiet.
Yeah,
and it was like I always thought people didn't like me or anything like that, so I can relate to that. But when we talked to you about the mystery when she goes to, you know, this, it's not an island. It'd be like where her other relatives are.
Yeah.
So
the bay.
Okay, she goes by the bay, and she sees the house,
anyway.
and she winds up walking across it, and discovers the house, and she thinks she's found, you know, like, oh, someone lives there, and the whole mystery starts to become this, kind of like ebb and flows of a tide, is like in the movie. You have little moments where Anna will go out onto the shore and be like, and oh, here comes Marnie in her rowboat with her blue dress, and you have like all these very wonderful intimate moments with the two characters, and then the next time be like she is taking a boat herself and rowing across and coming back to the place where there's no one there, and again she believes she sees something, and I again be like, this movie unravels this mystery very, very slowly and very methodically, and I absolutely love it to the point where she Marty invites her to the party, and where she interacts with everybody else as the flower girl, and again be like that, like the entire time be like with, at least with Anna, be like she sees the house, and as Drew stated before, this is all something that she remembers her grandmother telling her when she was a very little child. And I absolutely love that. When I think I was about halfway through the film when I started realizing, like, wait a minute, is she remembering something from her childhood? Because this is like way too coincidental to be anything else.
Yeah.
And I picked up on that, and I was like, wait a minute, am I right? And by the end of the film, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was right. This was awesome. But
there's still some other weird things I'm going to bring up about the whole situation.
There's a lot of weird things. Like, okay, how in the world is she interacting with Marnie in that time period? And be like, I kind of wrap that out into be like, this is imagination. This is Studio Ghibli being Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
And
it's one of those things where I suspect the original novel was able to actually go into more detail about
probably
just to make it clearer. I doubt it's the focus, because it's not the focus of the film either. But
but I absolutely just love the mystery that it continues to ebb and flow as the tide comes in and out, where Anna just, like, she's just so confused about this entire thing. It's the fact to be like, Marnie shows up and they go have a wonderful time, and then Marnie disappears, and she finds herself just lying in the road in the rain. And she's so confused because she can't find her friend, and be like, and her friend has disappeared for a week. And again, I do get where you're saying, I do understand where you're coming from when it comes to the like, how does this work? Is it a time bubble? Is it a point in time to where it's like she's stepping into the past, or what have you?
I'll get
is it a time paradox?
I'll get into explaining my concerns is the wrong word, but my nitpickiness of that.
Fair.
When we get to the dislikes,
yeah.
But and it's not even really a dislike. It's just that's the only place I can think to put it.
Fair,
but
anyway. I absolutely just love the mystery of this movie, and it keeps you guessing the entire time what's really going on. And when you get to the revelation that, oh yeah, Bill, I'm seeing a version of my grandmother, the story she told me when I was a very small child before her death. And that revelation is the biggest gut punch of a moment in this movie, that, like, oh wow, like, that was incredible. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm hooked. I liked it. This was a good movie. So yeah, the ever evolving door of mystery of this movie, I love it. What is your second like?
My second like for this is actually the environmental storytelling.
Okay,
because there's a lot of direct storytelling. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, we're not finding everything out from action. We're finding out stuff from her talking to other people and understanding how all this stuff goes.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, our first clue that something strange is going on is when they're first driving into town from them picking Anna up at the train station. And she sees the silo and goes, what is that? And she focuses on that silo entirely too long. Granted, that's kind of a Chekhov's gun situation.
Yeah, it's a plot point.
It's an obvious plot point, but it's like, well, if she's never been here before, why should she recognize it? And obviously, the minute she sees the house, Marnie's house, while she doesn't actually say anything that makes her think that she recognizes it, it's very obvious just from her actions and her interest.
Yeah.
That it's almost like it's calling to her.
Yeah.
And then that first time where she rows across, apparently rowing very poorly.
Yes.
And Marnie comes out to ask, throw me the rope so she could pull her in. I was like, okay, there's something supernatural going on here. And to a degree, and I'll get more into this later, and to a degree there is, but something supernatural going on. But it's just, now she's got this mystery on her hands of this, because she knows Marnie's not there all the time.
Yeah.
Marnie's there some of the time. No idea why it is. And of course, they become fast friends because they have quite a lot in common.
Yes.
Despite
quite a bit.
Despite a difference in context.
Yes.
And so, and then finding out about talking with the painter lady and finding out a bit about the house, finding out there's somebody moving into it, and then she goes out there and then she sees the girl and says, "Hey, are you Marnie?" He's like, "How do you know that name?" It's like, what is this, Batman versus Superman? But
why'd you say that name?
Why'd you say that name? Save Marnie. It says no, and just this relationship of this weird, strange little connection. These two become friends on trying to figure out, who is Marnie and the mystery behind her and what's up with the silo, because the silo comes back up again and Marnie's scared of it, and it's all this combined together. The plot in this, I think, is very loose intentionally.
Yes.
Because it's not really a single plot line, because it's a mystery of figuring out what's going on.
Yes.
A lot of people will complain when they're looking at this that it breaks the rule of show, don't tell, because there's a lot of instances where we're told something is happening because it's now important in the plot for you to know it. Not a lot of, just showing it naturally as she's discovering it. There's a lot of she talks to the painter lady and finds out that information. She finds out, when her mother brings her the picture and all this other stuff. Now, granted, I'm sitting there going, and about the time that they were going through the whole thing about explaining Marnie's daughter and that the daughter had a daughter and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I immediately hit it and go, "Oh, Marnie is her grandma."
Yeah.
I caught it at that point.
Oh, okay. Wow, I caught it before you did.
I'm just saying, I kind of knew it, but I kind of didn't know it.
Yeah.
It's one of those, because I'll admit, I was still trying to figure out, okay, what actually is the relationship between Anna and Marnie?
Fair.
Is it, I was barking up the wrong tree.
Fair.
But
it happens.
Yeah, it happens. But once I figured out that's what was going on, I was like, oh, okay. And then I started putting the thing to. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to get into this when I get to the dislikes, because I was actually at one point thinking maybe Marnie was the doll come to life.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That's
literally where I was going until they finally revealed that it was actually her grandma. So that's the only reason I think you caught it before me, because I was literally stuck on the fact that the doll looks exactly like Marnie and no one's talking about it.
Yeah, I get you. It was one of those red herrings.
Yeah, granted. But just the fact that you have it feels like you're just existing in this environment and discovering stuff while she is. There's, like I said, there's not really a direct plot line, but I mean there is, because it's a mystery and you're discovering things as she does.
Yes.
So yeah, I love the environmental storytelling of this. It brings everything together into a cohesive whole and a satisfying ending when you get to the end of it.
Yeah,
so,
agreed.
What's your third like?
My third like, and I've already talked about this, but the revelation, the reveal that Marnie is Anna's grandmother, and again, I think with Drew, be like, I get where he was stuck with, because I would have got stuck there. But I was so cued in on it's okay, what is this real relationship? Because how they're saying things is like, okay, this sounds like somebody be like that Anna knows, like actually has a relationship prior to this. And in the movie, it's played like they've only met. But like when the first time be like, oh, can you keep a secret? That kind of thing is like, wait a minute, that's not like a little girl saying that. It sounds like an older person saying this.
Yeah, well, I was making the connection that she was speaking in a older way of speaking.
Yeah.
Like, it's very obvious they were from two different time periods.
Two different periods, yeah.
But I guess in my mind, what I got so focused on, oh, she's connected to the doll. That's like, well, maybe this was like, I was thinking Anna may have had more problems than just asthma.
Yeah.
There may have been some psychological trauma related to her depression.
Yeah.
Was what was going through my mind. I thought maybe this is her working through that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why I was thinking, okay,
of course.
She's remembering a doll and the adventures that maybe went through their imagination at the time.
True.
This is kind of that kind of relationship you would expect to see with an imaginary friend.
Yeah.
In fact, imaginary friend was actually part of it part of my thought process until I saw the doll. I go, oh, that's my connection there.
Yeah.
But beside the point, we're on yours.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, so when they start going through, like when the painter, she starts talking about, they're like, oh, it's a tragic story. Do you want to hear it? And they're both like, yes, we want to hear it. And I was like, wait a minute. Okay, here's our point where it's okay. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And they start going through it, and Marnie be like, she gets married and they have a child. I'm like, okay, maybe nope, too early. And I was just geared in as, okay, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Because this entire movie, it's like, what is going on with this movie? This mystery is driving me nuts. And at this point, I had my theory be like, okay, maybe they're related in some capacity. Maybe Marty's a grandmother. I don't know. And he goes through, it's like, be like, oh, has a child, and be like, her husband dies, she has to go to a sanitarium, and the child is sent off, and be like, she's angry and she runs off, she gets married and have a kid. I'm like, that's Anna. Has to be her. And they show a picture of her as a very young child, and be like, that's Anna. I knew it. I was right. Yeah. But it was like, oh my gosh, be like, by that point where it's be like you had that moment where it's like Marnie is telling her granddaughter all the stories of her childhood. That's where Anna's getting all of her stories from. That's because she's reliving what her grandmother would tell her about her and her friend when they were both young. And I was like, oh my gosh, be like, this hit me like a sledgehammer over the head. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so tragic and so good at the exact same time. I was just so enamored by the storytelling, by the way they wove this story, the way they revealed it at the very end. And they're not like, oh, wink, wink, this is what's going on, wink, wink, going on. Hey, pay attention. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. But they just kept this very slow burn of a reveal, and I absolutely just ate it up. Be like, it was a nice juicy hamburger. By the end of it, it's like, oh my gosh, it was so good. And you get this little surprise and be like, oh, here's a box of nuggets just for free at the end of it. It's like, oh my gosh, thank you. I know. I don't know why I made that food reference, but it was just like,
it works.
It works. Here's a nice pie at the very end, and it's like, oh, It'd be like it's got this nice little treasure at the very end. It's like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that, but it was so good. Oh my gosh, I love this movie. Your third like.
My third like for this film, it's actually the relationship between Anna and Marnie.
Oh yeah.
Granted, when this started and I'm trying to figure out, who's who, what's what, what's going on.
Yeah.
There were a couple things that threw me at the very beginning. One, a character.
Yes.
That is definitely Japanese.
Yes.
Or mostly Japanese. Is named Anna. That threw me at first, because that's not exactly a Japanese name.
Fair.
And then we get this character named Marnie. Now, granted, Marnie's not a name I am terribly familiar with. I've not heard it outside of this movie, so I'm not saying...
It's a very old name.
Right. And so I'm watching it going, okay, there's a connection here. I know that, but I don't know... I guess I'm going to kind of explain some of my mechanics issues.
Yeah.
My first thought was, is this a ghost? Because they even talked about that the house was haunted. It's like, okay, is this a ghost of someone who used to live there and they're going to become friends and she's going to help her pass on? Something of that nature.
Yeah.
And then, as they're becoming friends, they're talking, they hit it off immediately.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, okay. These are two birds of a feather. They connect very easily.
Yes.
So that's why they're friends. That's why this relationship is going to blossom fast and hold throughout the whole film. Okay, I can go with that. But at the same time, from the very beginning, it does feel like it's immediately deeper.
Yeah.
Than they've had time to establish.
Oh yeah.
Because automatically Anna's already trusting Marnie implicitly.
Yes, agreed.
To a point where she really shouldn't be trusting her if it was someone fresh, right? So anyway,
thanks, Roy.
Thank you, Roy. You just got me off topic.
You're most welcome.
I just appreciated the fact that it was very obvious, even though they didn't reveal the connections.
Yeah.
At the beginning, which you don't want them to. It's very obvious when you're looking back on it. It's like, okay, yeah, they already had the relationship. They just didn't realize, or Anna didn't realize this was the connection. It's just they were. It may have been years since she saw her grandmother, and in actuality, but. Even though she didn't recognize her as a little girl, the relationship was already there and was already fully attached. And I appreciated that they went that did it that way.
Yeah.
So the relationship between Anna and Marnie is much of a grandmother granddaughter relationship, even though she doesn't realize that she's her grandmother. I appreciate it. So
I do appreciate it where when you start to that revelation where it started talking about where the painter lady, I can't remember her name, but she's retelling the story. You start realizing all the stuff that Anna had been doing. She'd been doing what Marnie's best friend would do.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like she's kind of like kind of living through those moments.
What we see is it's not just her within the context of the stories that we eventually hear, like the party with the flower girl, and then of course Kazuhiko. These are two different people, of course, that Anna is temporarily substituting for.
That's the better
She's
word.
kind of imagining herself in that situation in
role.
a way.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit more to it than just her imagining herself in that situation, but I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay, fair enough. Good. All right.
Yeah.
So,
dislikes.
Getting into our dislikes. Honestly, I didn't have any for this film because let me explain, because there again, when you are watching a Studio Ghibli film or any kind of film like this, and again, be like you can look at the methodology where they're trying to explain something, And I'll be honest with you, I want to hear what Drew's not complaints, but
it's calling it a dislike is almost too harsh. I just don't know where else to put this.
That's fair.
Because it's something that just sticks in my mind. It's like, okay, what actually is happening?
Yeah.
So let me go into it.
Okay, go for it.
One, Marnie and Anna are obviously interacting in a way that's more than just remembering a story. They are literally talking back and forth to each other. So my first thought when I saw that was, okay, imaginary friend. And like I said, I thought it was, and I kind of stuck on that to where I thought it was maybe the doll and her projecting onto the doll this other character, and her now remembering it many years later, and she's trying to work through this very understandably depressive part of her life, because she literally does think that nobody loves her, because the government is paying to keep her alive, basically.
Yeah, and it does make sense where she would kind of go into an imaginary world, go back into the stories of her childhood. And
I can see that being a story.
Yeah.
But that's not what's happening.
Yeah.
Anna is able to interact during the party scene with people from the past.
Yes.
Despite the fact that she's pretending to be a flower girl. Mm-hmm. So it felt like maybe she was going back into the past, like maybe the act of going over in the rowboat when it's Marnie's rowboat. Was what was like her to travel backwards in time, and then she would either travel forward in time after the fact. That gets thrown when they do when they have the picnic, and Anna is trying to explain who her mother is, I think, or her situation. And all of a sudden she kind of forgets somehow what's going on, and then Marnie disappears. And then Marnie comes back saying, "Oh, I didn't know what happened to you. You disappeared." And I was like, okay, that throws a monkey wrench in a lot of what's going on, because I'm now thinking, okay, is it a ghost? Is it imaginary friend? Is it time travel? I'm confused at what we're actually seeing. I think at this point, I was perfectly understandable. It's like, okay, this person is obviously someone who's connected to Anna in a much more personal way. And at one point, I literally thought maybe this is like Anna from another dimension or something. Right. It's like, I'm kind of going crazy trying to figure out, not crazy, but I'm kind of stretching.
Almost like the dimensional crossover.
Yeah, I'm stretching a little too far, trying to determine what is actually happening.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's important to know the mechanics of what we're actually seeing, because the important part is Anna, in meeting Marnie, was able to work through many of her problems that she was dealing with.
Yeah.
At one point, I actually thought Marnie might have been Anna's subconscious.
I can understand
especially when it got to the point of, I think you should be happy that you're adopted, because that means that your mother loves you. That woman loves you. Otherwise, she would not care for you. And then Marnie and Anna kind of throws back, well, yeah, but she's getting paid. It's like, well, that doesn't mean anything. That could just be how things are set up, because, And it's very obvious when I was watching. It's like, okay, you there's teenage angst here. You're obviously preteen teenage angst that you're working through. I'm not saying that's not that's cheap to go through or anything. I'm saying, okay, this is what's going on, and I get how this could mess you up if you don't actually come to terms with what's actually going on. But the whole bit with, how is she interacting with Marnie? How are these events working with, for lack of a better term, the real world versus Marnie's world? How is this interacting? It was very vague, but not in a good way, at least to me. Now, granted, like I said, this is all secondary. This is not the point of the story. The point of the story is Anna working through her problems with the help of Marnie, who happens to be her grandmother. I came up with like 5 different theories as to what was actually going on, even when it's like, oh, it's her grandmother. is that her grandmother's spirits helping her from beyond the grave. I've seen stories where they do stuff like this.
Agreed.
I was like, is it that? Was it just legitimate time travel? And in the parts where she obviously flips and starts calling her by the other people's names, is that where it's like the bond is weakening as she's having to go back to modern times? Like I said, at the same time, this is not important to the story. It's just I have watched so much speculative fiction that with the fact that I can't pin down precisely or even within a ballpark of what is actually going on in how they're able to interact and talk and meet each other. Sorry, the message threw me off. I think I can ignore it. It just threw me off. And I don't really consider this really a dislike.
Fair.
Because I actually, to a degree, like that it's not fully explained. Because like I said, it's not important.
Right.
But there's that small part of me that's going, I have to figure out what this is. And it's going to bug me until I figure it out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm going to put it behind me after we get done recording this episode and move on because we got another movie coming up next week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I do agree there is a little bit of Studio Ghibli magic going on. This is more, it's okay, this is what's happening. You don't need to know all the mechanics of everything to enjoy the story. But at the same time, there is that general curiosity that be like, I must know how this works.
It's not like I need full technobabble answer.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
like a Star Trek answer. I just want to know, is this a spirit? Is this time travel? Is she having visions? Is this some psychological way her subconscious is helping her? That's basically the way I see it, the 4 methods this possibly is going down.
Yeah.
And that's as far as I can narrow it down.
Yeah.
And that slightly annoys me.
That's fair. That's fair. I can almost go with the latter theory, the fourth one you were talking about. It's more of how Anna is dealing with her grief and how she's processing all of her emotions and everything.
Because that's the thing. There's evidence for all 4.
Yeah.
It's just none of it's definitive. This is what it is. So.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah, so be like, I do agree. I do agree. There's a huge, be like, it would be great if we understood it completely, like how that mechanic works, but
it also doesn't matter to
it
the
doesn't
story.
matter
So.
in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But was that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much my only dislike.
So what are you rating it?
I'm giving this an 8.5.
8.5. Okay.
It's a good movie. I think I might have liked it more had I not been so stuck on trying to figure out what was going on.
You got stuck.
I got stuck. My Trek brain just kind of threw me on this one.
That's fair. Definitely with the doll. That was like that'll throw anybody.
So I'm giving it 8.5. There's nothing really to hate about this movie, and especially once I realized what type of love story this actually was, because it's not a romantic love story. It's a familial love story.
Familial, yeah. So I think I now have an idea for the cover art for this. So just stay tuned for that on socials.
Okay.
So for me, I'm giving this a 9. This was a fantastic film with mystery and intrigue and dealing with depression, dealing with social problems and everything. I really, really enjoyed it. I dug into this so much. And by the point they finally start peeling back all the layers of what's going on. It's just like, oh my gosh, yes, I love it. It's such a good film. And I wouldn't say this is my favorite Studio Ghibli film, but it's a close one. And what I understand, like, this was a film that was kind of forgotten in a way.
it's kind of misunderstood what it is.
It's a very misunderstood film, but I highly enjoy it. I may pick it up on physical media at some point, but yeah, it's such a good film. I love it. It's definitely a 9 for me.
Well, and part of the reason I think this one fell by the wayside. This is the first one I don't think got nominated for an Academy Award.
Yeah,
and Kaguya, bless its heart. The Tale of Princess Kaguya, I think, threw people as to what to expect from Studio Ghibli.
Okay, yeah.
After it was no longer a Disney distributed thing here in America.
Yeah, fair.
So I don't know if that's what happened. That's just my assumption.
Fair. All right, so we are going to go into intermission.
Yes.
And then go into TS, where we are continuing our journey into Outlaw Star.
One day we shall find the galactic ley line.
At some point.
Maybe.
This podcast is a proud member of Culture Box. Whether you enjoy geeky reviews, comedy, or original fiction, you can open up the Culture Box and find something excellent for your soul. Point your web browser to culturebox.media.
This week we suggest checking out the Retro Rewind podcast. Every other week you can join the Retro Rewind pod as they travel back 15 or more years along the entertainment space-time continuum in their mission to review movies and games, establishing what is still worth your time today. You can expect fun banter and trivial insights from Francisco, Roy, PaulJPowers.com, and a rotating cadre of guest hosts who are all out of time.
Thanks, Roy.
The Cellcast would also like to thank the following patrons. Not Roy. Artsy Stuff, Edwin Gonzalez, the Monster Island Film Vault, and PaulJPowers.com. If you would like to have your name shout out on the show, some special art from Jacob, and uncut episodes, and boy, do we got one good uncut episode for you tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Donate to us at the $5 level over on Patreon, or for an additional $5, next year you can actually make us review something within reason. And you can even be on that episode if you so desire.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, 2025 is full up. We've got 2 more episodes. They're already called.
Yeah.
So join, and now those will be in December. So keep an eye out for that. Also, go to our Redbubble store, buy T-shirts, stickers, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
When Jacob's Like an Artist streams start back up, go hang out with him. He does good stuff.
Thank you.
And I will be starting back again on Tuesday nights with Dragon Quest III. I've got 3 months to beat that game. I have a deadline now, so that I can review it on another podcast, Super Smash Cast with Ryan Ashley Wall. So join us all for that.
Yeah. And plus, if you want to help support us with buying merch on our Redbubble store, then you already said it?
I did mention that.
Oh, well, never mind. Apparently, I was zoned out. Surprise, surprise to nobody.
Stuff happens.
It does.
Welcome to the future.
Transferring to autopilot mode.
A place where good guys finish last.
I'll make them wish they'd never been born.
A quick draw is the best defense.
Nothing personal, but I'm here to kill you.
And your wits are all you can count on. A future where one treasure is coveted above all else.
Tell me the coordinates of the galactic ley line.
Legend speaks of the galactic ley line, offering the ultimate power of the universe to those who seek its glory.
The doors have opened.
Utilizing the latest technology, a living starship has been built with the power to find the galactic ley line.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All systems green.
By twist of fate, it has fallen into the hands of an outlaw. An outlaw named Gene Starwind.
Well, let's blow some hot kisses to my devoted fans.
His luck is about to change.
Goodbye, G.
Together with his crew of bounty hunters, he'll take to the stars.
Accelerate and fly down their throats.
Outlaw Star. Weekdays at 5:30. Time to roll the dice. Only Toonami.
You look like you were about to say something.
Oh yeah, it's more like how they describe, be like, oh yeah, they're outlaws or they're bounty hunters. It's like, yeah, Gene and Jim are bounty hunters. Technically, that's part of their job.
Well,
outlaws
and Sesuka is an assassin.
Is an assassin,
and Aisha Clan is a reject.
Yeah,
an exile.
Yeah,
she's an exile.
An exile pussycat who needs a home.
And Melfina is just doing the best she can.
Yeah, and putting up with Gene. Let's just say that.
Because she has to hang out with the ship because she's part of the ship.
That is true. So, yeah. What episode are we
Creeping Evil.
In more ways than one.
Yes, written by Hajime Yatare and directed by Mutsuro Hongo. In this episode, Gilliam 2 runs simulations to try and teach Gene how to take off in the Outlaw Star. But Gene repeatedly crashes.
Yeah, not surprising.
Jim gets his car out of impound and goes to work as a mechanic while Melfina learns to cook. And Gene works on the ship. Sometime later, a K-pirate and powerful Senjutsu master named Kyokan attacks Melfina while she's cooking, but Sesuka intervenes. Sesuka and Kyokan duel, and Suzuka wins after killing him with a special secret technique.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Gene's fight with another K-pirate named Yase leaves him poisoned. The crew then meet up on the Outlaw Star, and Suzuka asks to help out because of her dislike towards the K-pirates.
Fair.
There's only one new cast member for this episode, and that is Yase, who's played by Robert Martin Klein. Trivia for Yase is that he only appears in these 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So don't get too attached.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this episode?
Oh my gosh. You know, I do enjoy Outlaw Star. I really do. There are moments where it's okay. It's very much grounded in reality. They have to make money,
and then there's Thai magic.
Yeah, there's Thai magic. And let me get to my point real fast. So there's a point where they need to get money. They need money to survive. And you have this conversation going on between Gene and Jim, and you have Melfina in the middle. And they're sitting there talking about, okay, be like, how do we do this? We can do it, this we can do it the easy way, we can do it the hard way, we can do it the illegal way, or we can do it the fair way.
I don't remember what the last one was, but it's basically sell yourself.
Yeah, sell yourself. Be like, oh yeah, we can do that with Melfina. Be like,
no,
and, like they could do that again. Would not recommend that at all. That's illegal. And then the one that, oh my gosh, Gene says, be like, Jim, you would go for more. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's freaking 12 years old.
I have a suspicion that those scenes were edited for the Toonami daytime cut.
You think? You think? But again, I do love that.
I vaguely remember it for the Adult Swim version.
Oh, probably. But I love that it's grounded. These characters have to have a living, but again, it kind of shows the arrogance of Gene. That it's like, oh yeah, I've got to work on the ship, but isn't the robot working on the ship? And at the same time, be like, of course, Jim gets all the heavy loading because Gene has to do his thing, which is kind of annoying. Again, I might be projecting, but
Gene does have to work on the ship. They even specify that Gilliam can't work on the exterior of the ship unless it's in 0G gravity.
Right.
So that's why Gene has to do it. Gilliam is working on the inside of the ship. Yeah. So
agreed.
So Jim is out trying to make money.
Trying to make money so they can survive.
And apparently Melfina is just going to learn how to cook, and I'm still sitting there wondering, obviously she's making food for them to eat later.
Yeah.
But if she can learn this pretty quick, you could have her go work at a diner and get you a little bit more extra pay temporarily.
Right, could.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, all this is starting to come to a head because they're not acting like they're in a hurry to get out.
Until the K-Pirates show up.
It's like, well, we don't have to go home, but we can't stay here.
Yeah. And the again, these two episodes kind of they go back to back.
It's a two-parter basically.
It's a two-parter episode, and so you have Jim be like, he finally gets his car out of impound, and by the end of the episode, they leave and they can't come back.
It's like, well, did you think to put your car on the Outlaw Star? No? Oh well.
Yeah. I was like, oh great. Be like, that's just gonna be more things you're gonna have to pay for later in life. But
not if they're not coming back to Sentinel 3.
That is true.
Because they're probably wanted men now.
Yeah, at that point. But it's
because they owe the owner of that starport a lot of money.
A lot of money because you wrecked it at the next episode.
Oh, and they didn't pay any of their fees.
No, they never paid any of the fees.
So
it's like, yeah, I'll pay you when you get big. It's like, right.
Why don't we go ahead and talk about that next one? Because since he's back up into each other.
Yeah, they do kind of just merge.
Forced Departure, written by Hajime Yatada and directed by Mitsuru Hongo. No new cast. Gene is unconscious due to the severe wounds he suffered in his previous battle with Yase. To make matters worse, it's revealed that his wounds are poisoned. Yase contacts those aboard the Outlaw Star and offers an antidote in exchange for their ship. Gene wakes up and declines the offer, pointing out that they most likely planned on killing them all just for being involved.
True.
At the suggestion of Melfina, Gene agrees to let her try and purge the poison by taking him into the navigation chamber of the spaceship. Yase and his robots then attack while Jim fends off until Gene is finished being cleansed. During the attack, Fred contacts the ship asking to speak to Gene. Gene and Suzuka then finish off the K-Pirates. Suzuka uses a secret technique to finish off Yase, after which Gene tells everyone to prepare for takeoff. Just in the control tower, contacts the crew and asking for an explanation of what was just transpired. When they deny the crew launch clearance, Gene decides to blast off anyway. Gene asks what Suzuka plans to do, to which she says that she'll be joining them. However, once they have successfully launched, they find 3 K-Pirate grappler ships awaiting for them, piloted by Yakuta, Gaki, and Onuk. After an intense fight, the pirate ships are destroyed and the crew of the Outlaw Star set a course for Haifong. So yeah, this is definitely a 2-part episode. Where it's really just one story split. One of the things I love about this one, this is the first time I really feels like Suzuka is one of the good guys.
Yeah.
Because her introduction, she was going against the crew last time. I love that one part where I think it's Yase is firing at her, and she's knocking all the bullets away with her sword, and she has that look on her face. It's like, I'm having a great time. How are you? It's like I love the small bit of foreshadowing at the end as well. If Suzuka's here, next thing I'm going to be asking for that Kataro to join the crew.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Wait later.
Give it time.
Yeah, honestly,
we got to get to a race first.
Yeah, we got to get there first. But I enjoyed it. It's again, it's kind of we do get a very small flashback to Gene's past.
Yes,
very very small. And it's kind of cliche, but it's like, okay.
Well, it's also just an extended version of the one we saw back, I think, in episode 2.
Yeah, I think it was.
So
yeah, we'll get more of like extension of that. I do the fact that Gene in the, what would that have been, the 7th episode, and this is the 8th episode.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. This is 7 and 8.
7 and 8. So in the beginning of the 7th episode with what was that? Creeping Evil. That Gene apparently keeps continually in this scenario to wreck the ship, destroy the ship. It's blowing up. And by the end of it, oh yeah, he can just launch it because Melfina's there.
Gee, it's almost like Melfina's there to actually control the ship, and he's just the pilot.
Yeah.
She's the one doing the actual control of the ship.
Yeah.
Until you get the grapplers out, and all of a sudden you're dealing with spaceships holding guns
and blades.
And a part of me thinks, oh, that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And then my inner 12-year-old is going, what do you mean it's the stupidest thing you've ever seen? This is awesome. This is cool. How is this different from a Gundam? Well, for one thing, Gundams have legs.
That is true. And it looks like a big fish floating through space.
But all of a sudden it's like, gun.
Oh my gosh.
Especially that one that's holding a Gatling gun that's bigger than the ship it's
itself
connected to. It's like, Really?
Yeah, because I think it's very much like anime magic, or just it's more how they, because Gene for some reason be like has never done this before, and then all of a sudden he's a genius at it. And it's like, oh yeah, I know how to do this. You've never done this before.
Well, we say he's never done this before.
Yeah.
Granted, the last time he was in space, he was 12.
Yeah, he was 12 years old.
Yeah. You kind of get the feeling watching that because he both times we've seen this flashback, he says, I've learned every control on the ship, and the more I'm watching this, I'm beginning to think that's not a youthful boast. That he may actually be pretty decent at it, and the reason the reason he keeps blowing up the ship in those simulations is because he doesn't care, because he knows he'll be fine.
Yeah. It's more like this very cocky arrogance to be like, oh yeah, I can do it. It's fine.
When the pressure's actually on and everybody else is there,
he can actually perform it. It's fine. But like when you get him under like regular circumstances, he kind of just blows it. But it's one of these characters that they're overconfident, but they have the critical role. They can do it.
Yeah.
But there's one scene I absolutely love. It's in the last episode. It's 7, where it's like Jean realizes that Melfina's downstairs, and she'd be like, she can't sleep, and you have this more of a romantic kind of thing. He gets a little creepy about it, and here comes Jim.
I was just trying to make sure she was a real woman.
This is a real woman. I'm like, oh my god, Jean.
And then I'm sorry, this is the creepiest moment of the whole thing is when Jim goes, she reminds me of my mother, and then curls up with her, and I'm going,
I find that scene sweet.
I do too, to a degree.
He's a little 12-year-old.
But at the same time, I'm going, does she know you're there?
Oh, probably.
Is she going to kick you out? Like, Melfina probably won't kick anybody out, because I'm still thinking back to that early episode, episode 2, when she says, do I sleep with you, Jim? And he goes, no, you sleep in the other bed. It's like, well, now he doesn't care because he sees her as a motherly
weird
figure.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I think it's with Jim. He's a little 12-year-old, a genius level 12-year-old.
Yeah,
but he doesn't understand because he's not there yet.
It's probably painfully obvious that Jim didn't have a real childhood.
No,
he had to grow up really fast.
Yeah, especially when you're with Jean.
Yes, because Jean is a child.
Jean is a child, and you have the child who's the adult. Yes. Which I love that reversal.
It's a great thing, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it is done a lot.
Yeah, but it's done a lot
anyway.
But yeah, be like overall, it's 2 really good episodes, and now we're just gonna get the Little Miss Furball part of the crew.
Yes. And once we get to the race, I think that's when that happens.
Yes, I think so. And again, I do think I do have an idea for the cover art, and just be like, if you're a part of the social media, just be looking out for that in a couple of days.
Indeed. So, anything more before we?
I enjoy Outlaw Star because they're again kind of reminiscent of Cowboy Bebop or Samurai Champloo.
Yeah,
it's got this more. It's grounded because your characters have to go do things in order to survive. It's not be like, oh, my daddy was Mr. Moneybanks and this and this and this, so they don't have to do anything. They have to actually work for things, work for a living. Because you have Jim who has to go out in this farm and it has to replace that engine. It's like, okay. It's okay. I understand you're a businessman and you're being very sly. Oh yeah, we have this engine in stock. I'm like, no, you don't.
No.
But
you do what you got to do to make the sale.
Agreed. And I'm just waiting for the next scene where Gene blows it on a gambling spree. I'm like, Gene, like Jim, just don't give him money because he will go blow it.
Very true.
Either
anyway,
or. So yeah,
that does bring us to the end of this episode.
Yes.
But join us next week for Mary and the Witch's Flower, along with the episodes.
Let's see. Forced Departure.
I know one of them is
a Journey to Adventure. Gathering for the Space Race.
Yes. So yeah, join us next week for those.
Yes.
In the meantime, this has been Drew.
This is Jacob,
and we'll catch you in the next frame.
To follow Jacob and Drew's individual internet exploits, check out the Linktree links in the show notes.
Eventually.
You can email us at thecellcastpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter or X at @cast_cell. Follow our Facebook page, The Cellcast Podcast, and join our Facebook group, The Cell Nation, our YouTube channel, Cellcast, and our Rumble channel, The Cellcast Gaming. You can join us every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central for our live recordings of our episodes on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. You can also join Drew on those same streaming channels on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central for gaming streams. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else fine podcasts can be downloaded from. Please rate and review us where you found us. Our theme song is Drop and Roll by Silent Partner. Our bad movie theme is It's Party Time by Gregory Snegoff, with additional audio from the film Titanic: The Legend Goes On, and remember, that's Cell with a single L.
So what happens when Marnie's not there?
That's a good question. Is Anna or Anna, just
Anna again?
Yeah, Anna or Anna. One of those.
Marnie just needs to let it go.
Yeah.